Hello, this is Heisenberg, here to review from Bandai the 1994 Yamata no Orochi figure, the Eight-Headed Dragon. This figure comes from the 1994 Toho movie, Yamato Takeru, or its English title, Orochi the Eight-Headed Dragon. Now, it's not a Godzilla movie, it's basically a live-action monster movie or horror movie. It looks like the eight-headed dragon in the movie is basically a very big puppet that appears to fight a giant samurai. So it was released in the U.S. It got a U.S. DVD, which is currently out of print, but can be found on eBay. The figure itself can also be found on eBay. It usually sells for about $100 to $200. I got very lucky. I got mine on eBay from a seller in Japan. But it was an auction where I put in a low bid and managed to win. So it took quite a while. I was watching this for this guy on eBay for quite a long time, and finally found one at a lower price. Now this eight-headed dragon, Orochi, actually comes from Japanese mythology. Toho did not make him up. So the movie appears to be based on some Japanese mythology. Now, I did find some clips of the movie on YouTube. I've not seen the movie itself. I've just seen some clips, and it actually looks rather weak. It looks like a rather weak movie. Now, here he is with a 7-inch Godzilla to give you a sense of his scale. So it's a very big figure. So yeah, he's about 11 inches tall, whereas this Godzilla is about 7 inches tall. And I think the best thing about the movie is basically this figure. So the movie, I saw the clips. The clips don't look particularly good. I read a review. The reviewer also agrees that the movie's not very good. I think I saw a movie poster of it. The movie poster looks good because it shows the monster. And I think this is actually one of my favorite figures. As I've said before, I like big figures, and this one is quite big with eight heads. It reminds me of King Ghidorah, and I'm a big fan of King Ghidorah. So this is actually one of my favorite figures. So I'm pointing out that you can move the heads, and you can also move the necks back and forth. And you can also sort of group the heads, as we'll see. So since the necks move back and forth, you can kind of spread the heads out, or you can sort of bunch them together. Notice the center head, the main head, has a golden colored, basically tusk on its snout, whereas all the other ones have red tusks. So the center one does stand out in that way. So yeah, it's a great figure. I think it looks best when viewed from below. So that's why I filmed it sort of looking. I filmed it some here, sort of sometimes straight on, but sometimes from below. So I keep mine up on a tall shelf so I can look up at it. I think it looks looks very good that way. And so yeah, here's all the heads bunched together. It's probably shipped that way in the box. It shipped with the tail separate, so I had to sort of attach the tail on. And yeah, so you spread. I like to have it displayed with the heads more spread out. So as I said, I don't know much about the movie or about the Japanese mythology behind this figure, but really, it's like a really it's a really great figure, especially if you like King Ghidorah. I think it resembles King Ghidorah in a lot of ways. So I said, if you were going to sort of match it with a Godzilla toy, as we're about to see, I have an 11-inch Godzilla from Final Wars. This is sort of like one of the Bandais you can find at Toys R Us. There he is. Yeah, you can find, this is one of the Toys R Us Bandais that's very easy to find. So I think he sort of matches up with this guy pretty well. Might be nice if the Godzilla were a little smaller. So actually I like to display mine with this little chibi. This little baby-sized King Ghidorah. I think it looks very cute. It looks like a little baby dragon, with next to the eight-headed dragon. So I think that looks very fun. So there we have Bandai's 1994 Yamata no Orochi figure, the eight-headed dragon. This is Heisenberg, hoping you enjoy your Bandai figures.